I arrive precisely when I need to. Thank you for the £2, Zero. I need your RNG blessing to get Scarlet. I'm really glad you started playing the game. I don't even know how I did it. For those of you who don't know, Scarlet is one of the most powerful characters in Nikkei. And I got it, I think, maybe on the 12th pool or something like that. I was very lucky. And it ruined the game for me because it's a very powerful unit. Makes the game really easy. But it is what it is. The curse of the RNG that I'm blessed with. Okay, a lot of things to talk about today. Really glad you started. Shut up, V. Look at this one. Remote Amazon tribe finally connects to the internet and everyone is addicted to pornography, allegedly. Now, this is in the newspapers, right? So the newspapers love to sensationalize. I don't know how remote the tribe is. Apparently, they use Starlink to connect to the internet. But in order to connect to the internet, they had computers, I assume, right? So, like, just how remote was this tribe? Secondly, it's not really about pornography, like the title is, in a way, to astonish. But mostly people are complaining that individuals are spending too much time on the computer, not talking to others, yada, yada, yada. Literally what our parents were saying, like literally what our parents were freaking out about. And yeah, it's true, like access to social media makes people stay at home more. And yeah, I guess like they have video game addictions. Pornography is out of other things, but yeah, my God, people are staying on social media. What a great discovery, 2024. I'm glad they ran this experiment and they had to find like some ancient tribe in the remote Amazon in order to figure this out. Like they wouldn't have figured out that people are addicted to social media without this thing. So I don't know why people are sending me this news. It's like the earth is round. And like, wow, really? Oh my goodness. Almost like they were correct. Yeah, they were correct, but like things changed. You cannot live your life the way that your grandparents lived it, and I'm pretty sure your great-grandparents couldn't live their life the way their great-great-great-great-grandparents did, right? I'm telling you, I'm fucking telling you, like, there was a guy in ancient Greece, and he was complaining that weapons are invented, and it's like, nah, we can't kill people with our bare hands anymore. Meh. Like, every single time there's new technology, you get people that are complaining and whining about it. And they're acting like, oh, this technology is going to destroy civilization. Oh, ever since the fucking printing press, like, read history. Every single goddamn time there's a new technology that revolutionizes the world somehow. Oh my God. Oh, the civilization is collapsing. Fucking hell. Back in my day, things were so good. And in your day, things are so bad. You stay at home and you don't go outside where you can get the skin cancer. How are you going to get skin cancer if you stay at home all day? Shut the fuck up, dude. But yeah, the noble savage and his soul-crashing porn addiction. Jesus Christ. You can't stop porn. Like, even in prisons. I just want people to understand this, right? Like, you have the prison, the most controlled system on Earth, right? Like, everything has a camera, they have guards, everything is... What is two of the most renowned contrabands? Like two of the things that shouldn't be in prison and yet exist. Two things, drugs and pornography. Like, you will not be able to eradicate them. But like, oh my goodness, they're destroying civilization. Oh, humanity is doomed because of, oh, fucking hell. Yeah, AI took our jobs. Again, I don't think so. Like, it's going to definitely cause people to have more difficulty to get jobs, but I guarantee to you, if the borders wouldn't open, jobs would be secured. So, yeah. By the way, did you see the video that I made on the main channel? Apparently, the Japanese government is encouraging people to fuck. They're having this app, which is kind of like Tinder, but it's ran by the government. And you gotta give in your details, such as your height, your wage, how much taxes you paid. You don't have to give your breast size. Like, that's interesting. Like, height is very important, but the size of one's tits isn't. I wonder why that is. But anyway, right? So the purpose is to get married, right? Like you gotta show commitment. It's not just an app to hook up. No, it's an app to get married. And this is like the major difference between the most intelligent people in America, right? Like the smartest people in the United States versus the backwards people in Japan. The smartest people in the United States, like the peak human intelligence, can be achieved in the academia, usually in gender studies, right? So gender studies, colonial studies, race studies, these are the major scientists of the United States of America. And they concluded that the way biology works is incorrect, right? Like everything you know about how humans multiply is incorrect. See, the process through which humans multiply is by voting Democrat. So you need to first vote a politician. This is very important, like AOC, Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden. You gotta put these people into office if you wanna have a future. And after that, you pray to them the same way you pray to divinity, right? Because now you invested them with all the power. And you pray to them, please, Joe Biden, open the borders. Joe, stop applying the law. I know that no one is above the law, but when an immigrant climbs over the border fence, that is the only time someone should be above the law, right? And Joe Biden, through his kindness, compassion, God bless his soul, opens the borders, and that's how humans multiply, right? Meanwhile, the Japanese people, they're backwards. They're like, no, you need to have families and babies and shit. Very outdated method of multiplication. Like incredibly backwards, heteronormative, patriarchal, misogynistic, disgusting, ew. Right? The correct way is to open the borders, and that is how humans multiply. Like if you're an alien and you're looking at planet Earth and you're wondering like how do humans have babies, they open the borders and they vote Democrat. Yeah, like, you know, like literally, if you have a kid, right? You have a son and he goes like, mommy or daddy, where do people come from? And you're like, from immigration, my son. Of course, like from immigration. What is immigration? It's when the law stops being applied in one sector of the earth, right? It's like, there is no difference between Mexico and the US. Am I wrong though? I don't think I'm wrong. See, this is like how you also solve the problem. It's, what is a woman? You don't, like, who cares? That's not important for human reproduction. Definitely to illegals. You know that Joe Biden recently apparently gave 300,000 people amnesty as well? So I think they can vote, right? I wonder how they will vote. Probably they're going to vote Republican, huh? Selective enforcement, yeah. No one is above the law. Like, look, hold on. Do you know the border fence? Right, so I will show you how you can be above the law. Like, that is just one way you can be above the law, because they keep saying, well, nobody is above the law. The law. Trump is not above the law. He's not above it. The law. Okay, look, now, the law says you can't go from here to here, you gotta go to the checkpoint, right? But if you want to be above the law, you get literally here. Like, when you're here, according to the Democrats, you are above the law. Like, this is the one single example that I know when you can be above the law. Like if you're here, if you're on top of this fence, you are above the law. Yeah, de facto. I would debate me, bro. Fucking debate me on this. That's where Donald Trump should be. Oh, fucking hell, did Stone Toss make a comic about it? Like, dude, I'm thinking about a joke really hard, you know? It's like, god damn it, this is a zinger. This is a great one. You know, when I get 100 viewers on my live stream, I'm going to sit my ass down and I'm going to share them that joke. And then people are like, Stone Toss made a comic. Fuck, no. Anyway. Conservative tweet is right. That is weird. Mexico chose a Jewish woman for president. Imagine the odds. Like, how many Jewish people are in Mexico? The thing though is, it doesn't really matter. She is the president of what? Of Mexico. Okay, how many political assassinations there have been in Mexico recently? Over 35. Alright, that is not a democracy. Like, you cannot look at that and say, yeah, I mean, that's definitely legit. It's the will of the people. Well, what about the people that wanted to be represented by the people that got assassinated? What about those people? What about their will? Unless she's like Xena Warrior Princess and fought off like 25th Assassins, then no, I don't really think it matters. I think like the real power comes from the people that do the assassinations. You know, like they're the ones that actually. I mean, if you have a country and you get like 38 people assassinated, it's like, okay, well, I mean, you have de jure and de facto, right? So, like, legally speaking, yeah, she's president. De facto, is she actually in control of things? I don't know. Like, as long as there's political assassinations, I don't think. In Germany as well, like in Germany, another AfD politicians got stabbed by Antifa. I think they're trying to compete with Mexico now. Like, they're looking at Mexico and they're like, come on, we can do better. I mean, the weird thing is it happened in a knife-free zone. That's what they call it, a knife-free zone. It's like, hold on a little bit. How was that possible, though? Like, do we not get the mainstream media, the Spiegel, the Ziegel, the newspapers, like, talking about it? Because I need explanations. Like, how is it possible, if it's a knife-free zone, for someone to carry a knife? Who gets fired for that? Who gets accountable? What politician is stepping down? Because, like, they lied to the people. Like, they told me that it's a knife-free zone, and yet the knife was in the zone that was free. How does that manage? How does that work? Goodness gracious. Yeah, no, it's like Antifa. Yeah, I mean, they looked at the newspapers, they saw a Muslim in the news, and they were like, well, I mean, we can't come on. Like, we're letting Islam, no. Like, we need to be the ones that also appear in the newspaper. And they did. Aren't most places a knife-free zone? In Romania, I don't think so. Like, I actually need to check the legislation. But as far as I know, like, yeah, if you want to carry a machete in the street, as long as you're not carrying it in a aggressive manner, or you're not carrying it, you know, to a place like a public protest or anything, I think it's okay. Like, if you go to the shop, right, and you buy a machete, and you carry it home, and you have it in your hand, I think it's fine. I may be wrong. Again, I do not think, like, but when I was at law school, as far as I know, there was no law that would prevent anyone from carrying, like, an axe in public, a chainsaw, a knife. But again, it also matters how you're carrying it, right? Because, like, it's one thing to just have it in a bag or to have it in your pocket, and it's another thing to hold it above your head, like, you know, it's... As long as you're not being aggressive with it, right, so you're just carrying the tool from one place to another, I think it's legal. I will have to double check. But, like, this is something that I don't understand in Britain. Apparently in the UK, they ban knives, right? So in London, you can't carry them. How does a person purchase knives? Like, unironically, do you need a license to purchase a knife? Because, like, look, yesterday, for instance, I went to the mall, and I saw a really beautiful set of knives. And I'm like, well, I haven't upgraded my cutlery in a couple of months, so, like, might as well. Like, these ones look sharp, they look cool. So I bought them, right? But, like, I had to carry them home. Like, they weren't in the package sealed. But, like, in London, if you do this, you get arrested, right? So, like, how do they buy cutlery? In some countries, you can carry a machete or even a sword in a sheath or a holster. Carrying it in your hands is a bit of a danger because someone might interpret that as menacing. Yeah, just don't act menacing with it. Don't act fucking menacing, you know? Like, just carry it by your side, like, act normally. So, yeah. But like, most people, you know, like, if it's a machete, yeah, like, most people don't carry it unshaved. But, like, if it's in a box, if it's somewhere that's shaved, I mean, how are you supposed to carry it home? Legit. You need a license. License for what? How do you get a license? It's like, yeah, I want to get a new kitchen knife. So, I need to go to the city hall and ask for a permit? Literally anything can be considered a weapon in Australia. By the way, speaking of Australia, like, this is some other bullshit. Apparently a 20-year-old got debanked in Australia. He was an Australian nationalist. In other words, I assume from the definition, a person advocating for his nation. And he got debanked. And I'm looking, okay, so his age is 20. He's 20 years old, right? Now, Australia, if you look at it, it's a country in which they're moving towards CBDC. So the government is actually pulling money out of the circulation, like it's done on purpose, in order to make less cash available. So in a society where there's less cash available, why are the banks allowed to do this shit? Like, on one hand, the government is scratching the banks back, right? Because, like, for those of you who don't know, there used to be a time where if you kept your money in the bank, you actually got an incentive to do so. Like, they would actually give you money if you did that, right? So, like, if you deposited money in the bank, you would get interest. Nowadays, unless you do, like, specific things, depositing money in the bank is actually costing you money. Like, what do you mean, V? Well, yeah, they require you to pay various fees and security things. And, like, if you just make a normal account and you keep money there, over time, it costs you money. So, the reason for it is that the government is incentivizing businesses and people to work with banks. Right? Like, the government is forcing you. Like, if you're a person that just doesn't want to work with the bank sector, you're not allowed. Right? So, the thing that they're doing is they're saying, all right, well, if you want to pay your employees, you gotta use a banking system, right? You want to get a job, like a regular job, you gotta use a banking system. So what happens when the bank says, yeah, we're not going to do business with you because you're a nationalist? Like, have I done anything illegal? No. But we just don't like you. We don't like your face. Can I get an appeal? No. Do I get a lawsuit? Like, can I show evidence? No. Does it expire? No, it's forever. But I'm 20 years old. I don't care. How am I going to feed my... That's your problem. I mean, this is the system, right? The boy must resort to violence. What will that accomplish? I mean, does Australia has police or like... New Zealand law uses the term device in regards to self-defense. What's a device? Whatever the fuck we tell you it is, citizen? What? I don't get it. Isn't that the same thing as payment processors being pulled from Japanese websites? Not really. It's not the same thing because you can actually survive without payment processors on Japanese websites, right? Like that just means that the bank doesn't let you do international transfers. But we're talking about like living your day-to-day life here. Like we're talking about like how do you get the job if you don't have a bank account? Because all of your employers are going to say, all right, well, you're hired. Congratulations. Now give me your bank account so I can wire you money. And if you say, well, I don't have one, they'll be like, what the fuck? Why not? And even if you're like, well, I don't have one, they'll be like, well, then we can't hire you. So, like, yeah, in a cashless society, not being able to have bank is actually worse than going to prison. In fact, even when you go to prison, you need the bank. Like, the prison has, like, their own credit card system, right? And, hold on. Did American Outlier give me a super chat? The fuck? I didn't see it. Hold on. Huh. Oh, he did! What? Why did I not see it? Hi V, hope your day is good. Got a gaming PC today. Jesus. He got a gaming PC to play my video game. It's kind of weird though. I know he's not a gamer. I need to start recommending him games. Should I troll him, chat? Should I give him like diversity games? Should I, huh? He's a black person. He needs to see himself. This is what the game journalist told me. Like, if he doesn't see himself, he's not going to like the game. So, what game should I give it? Forspoken, huh? That's a great game. American Outlaw, you should buy it. $120, deluxe edition. Amazing game. Let me check. Hold on. Do you know what Forspoken looks like? I will show you. It's almost right. Look at this. Hold on. I mean, you know, the best thing when you get a game is to look at the poster. Like, the poster is going to tell you whether or not you should buy the game. Right? I mean, isn't this inviting? If you see this in a video game store, would you not want to immediately reach for your wallet? Not to guard it, you racist asshole. No. To give money to the store to buy the game. Look at it. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I can't stop male gazing. Like, I'm gazing so hard right now. It's like, what are they doing? Why could... Anyway, right, yeah, Forspoken. Amazing game. Fully recommended. 10 out of 10. It is better starving on the street. If you cannot live your daily life, you may as well go out in an orgy of violence. V, the force is female, you bigot. Oh, we're going to talk about that as well. Hold on. There was another poster. Because why am I bringing up posters? Well, I opened Steam today. Big mistake. And I saw this. And I want to say, as I'm looking at this very, very beautiful and enticing mademoiselle, again, like the whole purpose of this, like why do you pay for this, right? Because it costs money to make it. Is to sell the game, right? Like someone sees this and they go like, well, that's either cool or that's sexy or that's funny, and they buy the game. Like this is how you market an entertaining product, right? It needs to either be cool, funny, or sexy. If it's not either of those three, what the fuck are you doing? That's how you market shit, right? So like, funny, a meme. Like people share memes, right? They share memes, why? Because it's funny. Sexy stuff, like people sell it. Sorry, people share sexy stuff. You know, like someone sees a nushi-kushi picture of something, they share it. They share the eleg. They share the Nikkei. Why? Because it's sexy. Cool. Like superheroes punching themselves up. You know, it's cool. People share it. What the fuck is this, though? Huh? You know, I remember when feminists told me that you don't know what it's like to be a woman. You don't know like what it's like to be objectified. And it's like, motherfucker, have you seen the Apex Legends poster? Like, there is nothing more creepy than this shit. So fucking creepy, isn't it? Now let me show you another poster which actually does sell. I like this. By the way, did you know that Rags like the Apex Legends? I absolutely love this game, and I was like, well, I guess this is the type of game made for you. How can I disagree with that? Alright. Let's see if I can find something that looks better. Alright. So, this is the 2024 posters. The Virgin 2024 poster versus the Chad Ancient design, right? So like this is the type of posters we see today. And this is the type of posters there used to be. Look how fucking amazing it is. Look how fucking gorgeous it is. And it's not just the woman, right? Like, there's the coolness factor as well. So you got the sexy factor, right? You got like this lady with facial tattoos and shit. And then you have like the coolness. Like, look, she's got magic, right? Like, it implies that she's highly magical. And she's got like the leaves in her hair. And the hair is also different, right? Like I want to go on an adventure with this bitch. Like, take me adventuring through Ashenvale. This is cool. What the fuck is this? I don't want to go with her. I'm afraid. I'm scared to go. No, I don't want to. Leave me alone. I'm going to play Nikkei. I want to go with this lady. I want to go on an adventure with her. Take me through the Ashenvale forest. Show me what's there. Unironically, though, this type of art style is lost. Like, I actually spoke with a Blizzard developer that is an artist, and he drew these posters. I don't know if he actually drew this one in particular, but he invented the Draenei. Like, he actually conceived the Draenei from his mind. And he was saying that, yeah, this type of Western art is lost. Like if you want to make a studio now and draw like this, you cannot find people to hire. The thing is, like, there are some people on the internet that still have this style, but overwhelmingly, you don't. Like, in order to draw like this, you need to take someone and get them to draw in this style for several years. It's like, you actually need to train people to reach this level of perfection. And they don't exist anymore. You just don't have them. Now, again, like, yeah, sure, you may have, like, one artist here or there, and you may, but like, not enough to actually start a AAA production. Because you need many artists that can draw this style. Everyone does the Cal art shit, you know, they draw the what is it, the Hades type of art style. Like, that's fine, you know, the women with the big jawlines and shit. But, like, they can't do this. Like, if you look at Neverwinter Nights and the stuff that used to exist, yeah, it's a dead art form. American Outlier says, now I'm good. LOL, I mainly got it to learn GPU programming. Just Google Pykuda. I also going to learn Blender and Unity in my pastime to be productive. If you actually learn Blender, I will hire you. I will pay you to animate my waifus. Literally need to be competent artists from the 90s. Yeah, no, but like, this is why anime is so dominant, right? Because you got like basically two types of art styles now. Like, these are your choices, right? You got either fucking this, and nobody wants this. Like, no one likes this. Or you got this. Right? Like, the hyper-realistic shit. It's like, at this point, I just watch a movie. Like, why am I, mundane, bland, boring, stale? Or this shit. This just doesn't exist, right? So, like, the only thing you got is anime. Like, you go for the anime waifu. Like, unironically, many people love this, right? Like, back in the day when this existed, so did anime. Like, anime existed as well. And there were so many people that you tried to get them in anime, and they were like, no, fuck off. Like, I don't want to watch anime. I got my Western shit. And they actually liked Western entertainment because it was, at the time, unironically better. But now, like, what? Like, this? What is this? And look at the quality as well. Like everything is minimalistic, corporate shit, easily reproducible. Look at the shading, just absolutely horrible. What is this expression? What the fuck is this supposed to be? Like, I don't want to be this person. I don't want to... Because, like, like, the thing with this is that, yeah, you want to go on an adventure with her, right? Like, the purpose of a character is either... You want to be that character? Like some people want to be Kratos or He-Man or what the fuck ever. And then they grow up and they're like, oh, well, I don't need to be represented. Like, just take me in the universe if it's cool. But, like, this is like, the universe is cool. Like, you want to go adventuring with her. This one, I don't want to be her. I don't want her as my friend. Look at her face. It's just, Jesus fucking Christ. I don't want anything to do with, like, this is not inspiring. It's not, no. Right? So this is completely lost. It's an art form that just doesn't exist anymore, and it cannot be brought back. And look at just, like another thing, right? All of these details on this character actually adds to the character. Because this is what the Blizzard artist told me. Like, everything they drew actually made sense with the character. So they have, like, the little moon here, which signifies the religion of the Night Elves. You got, like, the earrings, which are made to look like little stones and branches, showing that their technology is different than that of humans. The leaves in the hair, which goes to show that they're in tune with nature. Like, they would actually think about these things, right? Meanwhile, you look at this shit. What the fuck is this? Like, she's got, like, 2 horns coming from her head. Why? What is their purpose? Nothing. It's just, it is what it is. She's got, like, these weirdly placed accessories... Sick. Well, like, none of these things tell me about the character, right? Like, when you look at this, you immediately understand, okay, well, she's magical, in touch with nature, she's a little bit feral, she's got, like, her sharp canines and shit. So she's, like, a very primal type of woman that's potentially dangerous, right? Like, this is what this tells me. This tells me that she's mentally insane. That's it. Like, she's mentally unhinged. She's not very well. Probably a psycho killer. That's it. That's hyper violent, that's only violence, and that's pretty much the extent of it. Oh, and she supports the LGBT community, of course. But other than that, I don't know anything about this character. Here's 20 worth of shitbox to contribute to your lot in Buzescu. Damn mate, I was roaming around your lands and tried to reach out but fail. Hope you're fine. Jesus. I don't really like to be rich. I'm antisocial, believe it or not. I appreciate it, but like, I don't get out of my house. Horrible. The weirdest thing is like when you meet people outside that recognize you and you don't know how to react. It's like, hey, V. It's like, oh, hello. I want to be my 40k Demon Prince character. Unironically, there are some people that are that crazy. Like they do like the Warhammer 40k universe, and they would like to be a badass character. Don't touch Apex. Oh, don't worry, I'm not ragged. It's a game for him. Like, he can see himself in that game. This is what the developers were talking about, right? Like, we want to make games that our players can see themselves in. And it's like, okay. Also known as hallucination. AI literally isn't coming for artist jobs unless they're already hacks. For now, not on a fundamental level. Yeah, I keep telling them that. Basically, what my artists tell me is that they're afraid that the AI is advancing really quickly, right? So, like, where AI used to be 3 years ago and compare it to where it is now. So they're afraid that in 5 years from now, AI is going to be even better to the point where it can replace them. Take into account that the AI we have access to is not fine-tuned for doing the stuff that studios need to do. So, like, most studios, like Ubisoft and Microsoft and all the others, they got their in-house AI made for the purpose of using it what they're using it for. So you can actually make AI for environments, which is really great. Like, if you need stones or rocks generated, the AI can do that. I do assume that in the future, the way AI will work is that it will generate the stuff and then the artist will just do the cleanup. But that would mean that a lot of artists will lose their job because, you know, you would have, like, artists that would make every single piece of armor and mail and shit. And now you won't do that. You'll just have AI that does it. Anyway. Let's talk about Star Wars. Now, apparently, the new Star Wars that's coming out, and I was, like, just so unexcited about it that I didn't even look at it. I was, like, going to bypass it completely. However, there are some people that actually did see it, and they said it's so bad. It is so bad that they didn't think a Star Wars product is going to put them so off Star Wars. And this is literally what happened. So it's called Star Wars Acolyte. Right? And Star Wars Acolyte, the reason I heard about it is that one of the actors that played in the game, that played in the movie, was basically talking about how Anakin blew up the Death Star. And I'm like, what the fuck? Right? So literally, you have one of the actors, it's not one of these ladies, it's a guy. But he basically said something like, he loved Star Wars as a kid, always loved the franchise, always likes it. However, Anakin blew up the Death Star. And I'm like, what? Why are you lying? Like, just say, just be honest, you know? Just say that, oh, well, I never, look at this bullshit. Look at it. Hold on, chat. Like, I was struggling to talk because I'm fighting with the browser. Okay, so I'm on Twitter, right? I'm on fucking Twitter and bounding into comics, right? It's a safe website. I'm clicking on it, right? It takes me to the website, and look. Why are they marking bounding into comics as unsafe? Why are they doing this? Like, it's not an unsafe website. It's bounding into comics. The fuck? I'm not on Windows's website. Why is it marked as unsafe? Look at this shit. My fucking god, I need to change my browser. It's fucking disgusting. According to new report, apparently the main character is going to have 2 mothers, right? Like, why the fuck not? And by episode 3, they're going to use pronouns. And I'm like, okay. And by the way, apparently there's only one white guy in the entire episode, and he is the prisoner. It's as I say, if I don't see myself, I don't buy. Look, I finally yield to the propaganda. They were absolutely right. If I don't see myself, I don't buy. What is up with the pronouns, though, right? Like, this is what heel versus babyface perked out about, and people are like, why do you care? Why do you care? Well, let's look at why pronouns exist in the first place, right? Why do we have pronouns everywhere? Like, what is the reasoning for it? How did it all start? What is the source? What is the source for pronouns? Well, the idea for pronouns is that is that transgender people, right? Like, transgender people, they pass, right? So like, you can be, I'm not kidding, this is what the gender studies professors are saying, right? So, like, this is straight from the academia. I'm giving you so much wisdom here. You should fucking pay me for it. Okay. So the idea from the American academia is that you can be in a room with trans people, and unless they tell you, you wouldn't know. Right? So hold on, let me show you. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find an accurate picture of what I'm talking about. Ah, there we go. So, yeah. This is the female handball sports, right? I just Googled. Now, the way that the academics are saying is that, you know, in this picture, there is, believe it or not, a trans woman, right? Like, she is playing in the competition. I think she's on behalf of Australia playing handball. Now, if I don't tell you who it is, you wouldn't know. So, this is where the pronouns come up, right? Because if you were only to, like, if she were to have to go and give you the pronouns, then it would make her stand out and it would be uncomfortable, right? So if everyone just gives their pronouns all the time, everywhere, right? Like, if you just meet, like, hi, I'm Bob, pronouns, he, him, you know? Like, if this is the normal human interaction, then Miss Hannah Mousy here, she is the transgender person, in case, well, I told you wouldn't have figured it out. But then now Miss Hannah Mousy here, like, look, it says on the ball, right? Like, she. It's literally on the ball, like, she. Doesn't, like, she doesn't get to be singled out, right? So this is why we use and Star Wars is normalizing this behavior by introducing the pronouns in episode 3. And this is what video games are doing, right? Like, they just want to normalize. And it works. It works because if you look at heel versus babyface, like, he actually went out and he spoke out about the pronouns in Starfield. And what's interesting is that 4 years before he did that, people also mocked, ridiculed Games Done Quick. It was an event where people, 4 years before the time, they had the pronouns in front, and everyone was making fun of them, everyone was laughing at them, and they started banning and blocking people. But that was 4 years before, and the same people that were mocking and ridiculing those moderators were now mocking and ridiculing Heel versus Babyface, right? Because the pronouns are now normalized. Like, they are required. Like, how can you make a game without it? Are you insane? It's like race swapping with Netflix. Like, so yeah, this is why Disney is doing it in episode 3 of Star Wars. Episode 3 and 4 is going to be wild. Literal entity of the Force will be female. Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, why, like, they had it for one season. They had it for one season, The Mandalorian, much to the dismay of EFAP and Rags, and they were like, oh, it doesn't make sense, oh, it's silly, oh, it's not logical. People liked it, right? Why did people like it? Because the essence of Star Wars was there. And what was the essence? You got a Mandalorian and he's exploring the universe, he's going on an adventure. That was it, period, right? He's going on an adventure and he's trying to be, I guess you can say he was actually a good guy. But not necessarily a good guy. He had the code. I think, yeah, it's kind of like Mad Max, right? Like, why is Mad Max so popular? This is why leftists don't get it. It's like, oh my god, but he's evil, he's bad, he's misogynistic, he's that. He has a code. What leftists don't have is a code, right? Like the difference, like, right-wingers will like an evil character as long as the character is lawful. And lawful not necessarily by the rules of the universe is in. Lawful as in he has a code. Like, people will respect a villain that has a code. People like the Punisher more than they like Joker, right? Like, what is the difference between the Punisher and Joker? They're all villains, right? Like, the Punisher would be considered a mass terrorist. A mass shooter. Like, he kills people. Like, he definitely would get the death sentence if the Punisher existed in real life, right? But what is the difference between him and the Joker? And the answer is the code. What is the difference between a serial killer and Dexter? Dexter from the TV show. Like, how can you make a serial killer as a protagonist? And the answer is the code, right? Like, they have a code. They're lawful. Mad Max was lawful. Mad Max was like, well, if I give you my word, I follow it through. So, like, Mad Max was capable of killing people, doing absolutely anything he wanted. Like, he had the capacity to do that. He had the capacity to do evil. But he had the code. If he gave you his word, if he made a contract, then he would follow it through. And there's, like, even this line in the third movie where they basically say, how is he different than them? And the guy answers, because we made a contract with him. Right? Like, literally that. So, when you look at the left, when they made the Mandalorian had the code. And that's why people liked it. You know, he was so different than all the other characters. Like Rey. Rey doesn't have a code. What is Rey's code? What does she believe? She doesn't. She's a vessel that's empty. None of the characters have codes. What was it? Rostico, what code does she have? You know, she jeopardizes the lives of the entire rebellion by trying to save Finn, who doesn't even want to be saved, and he just wants to self-sacrifice. Like, she puts everyone in danger. Why? For selfish reasons. She has no code. Thank you, Tomorrow V. I will give you $3 worth of remorse. But then he kept taking his helmet off every other episode. Well, yeah, because there were two problems there. Number one, the actor. I don't even... And to be fair, I don't know why they chose that actor. So, they chose, what's his name? The guy from Game of Thrones. Yeah, they chose the Viper. The Viper of Dorne. Why would you choose the Viper of Dorne for a role that people can't see anyway? Why not go with a fresh actor? Just go with someone new. Can't you audition? Like, is the art of auditioning lost? Since Harvey Weinstein went to prison, you don't know how to audition anymore? Apparently, yeah. So, like, okay. They can't audition, and they get, like, this famous actor that played in Game of Thrones for no fucking reason. No fucking reason whatsoever. So yeah, the guy bitches and moans, of course, because he's like, well, I'm somebody, like why can't I show my face? But there have been other actors that didn't show their faces, like the guy who plays Darth Vader. You only get to see him for a couple of frames at the end of episode 3. No, why couldn't they get a guy? Fucking Barney the Dinosaur. Barney the Dinosaur, I don't know his face. I only know that he played in porn movies. I'm not even kidding. Apparently it's a black guy. You probably wouldn't know if you don't look it up. Right? And Barney the Dinosaur is a fucking famous person, right? Like, he entertained so many kids. And then when they grew up into teenagers, he kept entertaining them with other types of visuals. But that was like in the past. And they had common sense. It's like, okay, well, this character never shows their face. We don't need someone that is a famous actor because, like, they played another famous movie. You can literally get anyone. As long as they can act, fucking get anyone. Yeah, why would you get Pascal? Why would you get Pascal? I don't know. Like, the only reason you would want to get Pascal is to associate his face with your production. It's like getting Arya Stark and then covering her up. It's like, well, why'd you get her then? Get someone else. The only person that I would put a helmet on would be Hermione. What the fuck is her name? That actress cannot act, man. Like that, you know, like when she was a kid, and I grew up with the Harry Potter movies, she actually played a convincing role of a snotty brat that learns magic, and she knows it better than everyone in class. Like that was the perfect role. But I think like that role stuck with her. Maybe the fame also stuck with her. And that's literally it. Like that is what she can act. Because I saw her in Beauty and the Beast, and she can't act. She's got like resting bitch face, surprised face, you know, surprised Pikachu face. Yeah, Emma Watson. So Emma Watson has like these are the range of emotions that that actress can project on screen: resting bitch face, shocked expression, angry expression. That's it. Like unless you have a role that only uses these three expressions, and she can go from one to the other, don't get her. And if you do get her, put a helmet on her. Like she would be great in The Mandalorian. Little girl children won't fall for this crap. What do you mean, little girl children? I don't know. I don't get it. Dude, she's like a plank of wood. Like, oh wow, just watch the Beauty and the Beast. Like she's in that movie, and she's trying to convince you about a beautiful romance, and you're looking at it and you're like, what the fuck? It's like, dude, I know that the Beast is desperate, but come on. I understand, yeah, like the rose petal and they're falling and but like, come on, Beast. No. Honestly. Those hand-raising, snotty, sit-at-the-front girls usually were the ones with eating disorders and perfectionist disorders. Yeah, she plays a good role. You know, like in Harry Potter, she plays a convincing role. Yeah, like she's the type of character that you dislike, but it's played in a way that is... I can't really say like satire or mocking, but it's obviously from the writer that you're not supposed to like the know-it-all attitude. Like it's obviously kind of like a joke, you know, like you're not supposed to emulate that behavior, right? It's like it's kind of subtly implied, like, yeah, don't be like that. Yeah, maybe she can play Shaka Zulu in the remake. Like, Shaka Zulu would definitely be a good cast for Emma Watson. I mean, we do live in a timeline where you don't really need to have the race or the gender of the character that you play. So, you know, why not Shaka Zulu? Look at this. American Outlier bought Skytech Gaming, Shiva. Why the fuck would you do this, man? Like, I had more expectations. Did you actually just bought a computer without making it yourself and wasted probably more than $1,000? I mean, I guess it looks nice, sure. Yeah, but like, if you actually buy a pre-made PC, then you're probably throwing away at least around $1,000 grand. And the cases are made in such a way that it's difficult to upgrade them. Like the best way to do a PC is to just buy the individual components, and if you can't be arsed to put them together yourself, because I understand, you know, maybe you don't have the tools, maybe you don't have the patience, maybe you don't have the time, maybe you don't have the technological know-how, maybe you're working for Ars Technica. If that's the case, just get it to a shop, you know, and they will put it, and you're saving $1,000 at least. Horrible. And if you get a computer that's already made, what's even worse, you can't open it. It voids the warranty. Like, fuck off. But still, now you have it and it's yours, so... It's Lego? Build your own PC. It's not that hard. No, it's not. But like, some people don't have the tools. Did you thought about that? Or maybe some people don't enjoy it. Some people don't like it. Other people, you know, like my mindset is that if I pay someone else to do it, if they fuck up, I can scream at them. If I do it and I fuck up, I can't scream at anyone. $1,080 Ti still going strong. I do not blame people who do not upgrade their graphics cards. And here's my question. Like, okay, so I get a new graphics card. Like, let's say I get the 490 Ti. What do I do with it? Oh, I get to see this in 8K? I don't want to see this shit in 8K. It already traumatizes me when I see it in 1080p. Like, why would I want to enlarge this atrocity, the spawn of California? Like, I'm looking at her and I fucking know she votes Democrat. She wants open borders. She's pro the environment. She wants to take away my car. Why the fuck would I want to see this in 8K? I wish all of them would be real, and then there would be an estrogen shortage in real life. Like that, there would be no more hormones. They would crash the pharmaceutical industry if all these female characters from all these video games would be real people. There would be such a high demand for hormones that it would actually crash the pharmaceutical industry. Like Pfizer wouldn't be able to keep up, and the problem would solve itself. I don't understand. Like, get a graphics card for what? What exactly are we getting a graphics card for? So I can see ray tracing. On what? On fucking what? No, seriously, name me the game. Name me the game that you want to play in 8K. Like, the last game that came out that I would have wanted to play in 8K would have been Doom. Unironically, like, Doom was a good game, right? So when Doom came out, I was like, yeah, this would be cool to play in 8K. But, like, since Doom, there has been nothing. Nothing that warrants you to upgrade. Okay, Stellar Blade. Yeah, good point. But you can't even play Stellar Blade in 8K. You fucking can't. Why? Because it's on PlayStation. It's not on PC, so yeah. Get the fuck out. Minecraft with ray tracing. Do you know I wanted to add ray tracing in my game, and my developer said, it's like, look, it can be there, but you gotta support it. It's like, what does that mean? Well, every time there's a patch, you gotta provide support for it. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, we're not going to put ray tracing in the game. Any AI-based application is a good reason to get a graphics card. From what I gather, it doesn't really work that way. Like, there's a different type of graphics card for AI and a different type of graphics card for gaming, so. Yeah, graphics cards are AI models now. But again, I've been told, so I don't know if the information is accurate or not, Tomorrow V, but you do need different types of graphics cards. So, like, there's one for gaming and there's one for AI. Can AI build a PC gamer? I don't know, can you? Yeah, no, so my publisher gave me back in the day a 390 Ti. And since that day, I have not needed a new upgrade. Like, with the 390 Ti, I can play every game on the market on maximum. So I can even play Cyberpunk on maximum, like all graphics, all settings to ultra, and the game runs fine. Like, there is absolutely nothing that has been made up till now which would require me to upgrade. And again, I do understand that the AI benefits. Like, if you want to run your own AI on your own PC without connecting it to the internet, then yeah. However, you need a different graphics card, so. It's not the same. It's not like the one for gaming. I have a 380 Ti and all I play is Virtual Pool. So fucking sad, man. I have a 380 Ti and all I play is Nikkei. I mean, this is the level we're at. You don't need a different graphic. I think like the only reason why I would upgrade if I really wanted to is so that my video editor renders faster. Because it's kind of annoying. Like, you render a video and you gotta wait. So for my 10 minutes video, sometimes I wait 15 minutes for rendering. And it's like, oh, I guess it would be better if I had like a better graphics card that it would render instantly. Like, yeah. But I can live without it. It's fine. What kid would want to watch the new Star Wars? Probably kids would like it because like they don't really understand the story and the plot. I remember like watching Matrix for the first time, and if I was to watch it now, I would say, oh my fucking god, this is so pretentious. No, seriously, if I were to watch Matrix 1 now, I would be like, oh, the fart sniffing. Oh my fucking god! Like your philosophy is so shit. Oh, what is real? How can you define real? Oh, goodness gracious. You know, it's like, well, I guess you need to have a point in time. This is like the question. It's like, what if you're a brain in a jar? How do you know that you exist? And it's like, well, I guess you don't, but assuming that you exist allows you to have a normal life, right? Like, you need a north, you need a star. But anyway, right, when I watched The Matrix at the time, it was like, oh my god, so cool, look, they're running on walls, and the bullets, they slow down, and they're so fucking nice, you know, bullet time and shit. So, that's, you know, when I was a kid, and I generally didn't know what the fuck they were saying. But me, it was always about chopping your dick off. Oh my god. Sorry. Now I understood the philosophy. Yes. To be fair, like the Matrix animation was really great, especially the one where they're fighting the robots. Like that was cool. But they're making a new Matrix, and I'm like, oh fuck off. Oh fuck off. Like stop milking it, for the love of God. Especially since like you see the last Matrix, and it's so fucking obvious that the guy making it. Well, what is the name of the person making the Matrix? I have no idea. It's not a guy. Sorry, my bad. It's a woman. The Wachowski, right? Like one Wachowski fucked off, and they're like, no, I don't want to ruin this, right? Because they knew it, and it's like I don't want to ruin it, right? So what? One of them fucks off, and the other one goes like, all right, well, I'll take a shit on it. And you watch the latest Matrix, and it's like a big pile of shit, and it's done on purpose. Like, literally, you can see that the director, like they wrote a script that's literally just shitting on the sequels and the prequels. I bought a PC with upgradability. I got the cheapest RAM and motherboards, and the best motherboard and GPU, which was $490, and I got two 4TB storages, which are... Yeah, but like... You got it pre-made! I'm not saying it's bad. Like, I'm sure you got a good pre-made one. I'm saying you could have built it yourself. Anyway, right, so, No, the thing with The Matrix, like, there are so many reasons why you can't make a remake. Like the time for making a remake has passed. Okay? Like, if you made a Matrix remake, it had to be done up till now. But it's a fucking action movie, right? Action, move fast, dodge. Why the fuck am I seeing Neo, which is played by Keanu Reeves, who's ancient at this point? Like, I'm not saying that Keanu Reeves belongs in a geriatrics hospital. Like, he's not that old. But at the same time, he's not the person that I think when I see an action movie. Action movies should be starred by people between the age of 20 and 25. You know, like peak human condition, Olympic athletes. Like, it's an action movie. They're doing things that should look cool on the screen. And I get it, yeah, like he's in the Matrix and he's not... And shut the fuck up, okay? Just stop the cope. Put someone that actually looks the part, like put a Khal Drogo or something. And then it's the romance. You want me to watch old people fuck? It's like, come on, like, again, Trinity, how old is she? Neo, how old is he? Like, I'm watching that. Do you think I get invested? Do you think women get invested? Does it look like Christian Grey to you? Does it look like Twilight? Does it look like... No, then why are you doing it? Why are you subjecting the audience to that shit? I know that Keanu doesn't age, but come on. If they remade The Matrix, what do you think the odds that some character would be a man in the real world and a woman inside the Matrix? You know, that's actually... Like, that would actually fucking work, but, like, they would have to play around with that. Like, it would... Like, if it's just a man that in the Matrix is a woman and no explanation is added, that's lame. Right? Like no, like make an actual storyline based on that. Make it have some impact on the audience. Like it's fine, like it can make sense, but like explain it somehow. Yeah, the new Borderland movie looks like it was filmed in a retirement home. They ran out of actors. Like you look at who's popular now. It's Twitch streamers and VTubers, and they do not want to work with any. So it's like okay. Anyway, I'll probably end it here. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and I gotta go to make the videos for the secondary channel now, and hopefully you'll tune in and see what I made. Take care.